Hi guys, I wanted to make a quick video today about post-exertional malaise and pacing. It's something that I've been thinking a lot about, trying to do better at, doing some research recently. So for those of you who don't know, a lot of people that suffer with ME, chronic fatigue, or similar diseases, you have a very finite amount of energy. And once you use more energy than you have, unlike normal people, we don't reproduce that energy as quickly, and it can often lead to a pretty nasty crash. That's a very quick, unscientific way to describe PEM, but I just wanted to give you some quick insight. So pacing is something that I've been working on, and it's basically monitoring your heart rate to make sure that it doesn't get above a certain level, because once you're past whatever level that is, you start to pull from an empty energy resource. And then that in turn can make you crash. And a crash can be a few hours, it can be a few days, it can be a few weeks, months, even years, depending on how hard you push and the severity of your disease. So the equation, as some of you guys might know for pacing, is you take the number 220. I don't know why that's the number, but that's what it is, and you subtract your age. So for example, I'm 40, I subtract 40 from 220, I get 180. So that's like what your maximum heart rate should be. In order to pace, and if you're working with these diseases, you want to multiply that number by either 0.5 or 0.6, depending on what you feel comfortable with or feeling how far you can push yourself. So right now I am doing that with 0.6. So that gives me a heart rate of 108. So basically, in order to pace correctly, your goal for the day is to keep your heart rate below 108 at all times. Or if it gets above 108, try to really minimize the time that you're spending with your heart rate that elevated. Now, saying that, if you suffer from ME or POTS or other types of tachycardia or energy type fatigues, that's really hard to do, because on some days just sitting up will make your heart rate skyrocket. And having a heart rate goal of 108 is pretty difficult. Today I managed to get to work, walk around, take a shower. The max my heart rate got to was 120. I'm feeling it for sure right now. You might be able to hear it in my kind of breathiness that I have. Yesterday, however, even just sitting up and walking to the bathroom, I think my heart rate got about 140. So while we have these goals set, they are very difficult to follow, especially if you're having other diagnoses such as POTS. So right now, I guess I am just sort of still experimenting with this, seeing how far above that 108 heart rate I go when I'm doing things that I would consider normal or like light activities. And also just seeing like, what does it look like the day after? So if I have an elevated heart rate for an extended period of time, like I did today, around 120, 123, being out and about at work, what does that look like for my crash tomorrow, which I know inevitably will happen. I really want to be better at pacing, but sort of trying to find that fine line between not just sitting in bed all day doing absolutely nothing, and also not pushing myself so far past my energy threshold. So that's basically all the information that I have for you guys today, but I'd be really interested to hear your experiences, what has worked for you. Do you have days where, pacing is totally doable, and other days where your heart rate is just through the roof and you really can't control any of it? And also, oh, Alexa's giving me a message. And also just, have you found anything else that works, another equation that you've heard of, anything like that? I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for listening, guys. Bye.